We are just about live. Hello everyone, Jack Heslin here from J3D on March 29th, Tuesday, a little after 12 o'clock for the J3D Daily Digest. Thank you, Devinder, for checking us out today. Today's topic is something I think a lot of small businesses, or even businesses in general, might be able to relate to. We're always looking for new ways to promote our business. We're always looking for new ways to find customers. And I thought what I would do is I would share a marketing campaign that we're putting in place at J3D. This is a test for the next month to develop leads, to develop prospects, and we're getting hearts. Thank you very much. So I thought this is a great example to show how there are inexpensive resources out there that you can start to play with and see if you can develop into a marketing strategy. Test it for a bit. If it drives customers, great. If it doesn't, it was a low-cost way to test something and then move on to the next strategy. So, how many people out there know what a trammel of Archimedes is? A trammel of Archimedes, there's a whole Wikipedia write-up on these, which is you have an elliptical path and a couple of, come on, don't squeeze up on me now. Here we go. You have an elliptical path that is going around and around, and it pushes these two blocks in a perpendicular pattern. As you can see, we have a perfect camera set up here for this. So this is called a trammel of Archimedes. This particular one came from a CAD file on Thingiverse, and the name of the fellow on Thingiverse, I just had his name, I believe it's Roy, was here. Ray. Ray was here, and he calls it his do-nothing machine, which is actually kind of a proper name. I mean, the formal name is trammel of Archimedes, but it doesn't really do anything, so it's also known as the trammel of Archimedes. But there is an addictive quality to these things. And I've seen people who will just, gotta get my lighting better, there we go. I've seen people who will just play with them in their hands while they're talking to you. And I had an idea about having a bunch of these 3D printed, and then maybe sending them out to manufacturers, architects, people in STEM education, about just to see what kind of response it would get. But I don't want to send just this out alone. I want my company on there. I want it to be more, make more of an impression. So I went into Tinkercad, and thank you, we got a great, thank you very much. I went into Tinkercad. Now, as most of you probably know, Tinkercad is a really basic free online CAD program. You need no CAD expertise whatsoever. It's very intuitive. You can start working through it on your own. And in Tinkercad, I created this. And you'll see that these two things match up. Now, I only have a few dollars in materials here. This is not a lot of money. And if you look through it, there's an opening. So I wanted to show people that you could get a pretty good size opening here with no support material, but this is too big to be sending out. It's too big to be clomping around. So after I did this, I said to myself, what if I pull the file into Tinkercad and shrink it down, which is what I did. Same file, but shrunk down quite a bit. Now we have a really good 1 3/4 inch opening, no support material, and these are what the shuttles got reduced to. And played around with that quite a bit. Had to play around with different size handles. Now, I couldn't do this every day. This took me 2 or 3 weeks of iterations, and I do have a business to run, so I was doing this when I could. But the point is, I got from the original file to something with my company name and phone number on it, to something smaller that I could hand out at trade shows or networking events or drop in the mail, until finally, I shouldn't say finally, because it's a constant iteration process. I got to this. Now, all these things were printed on a MakerBot replicator, and here is the trammel of Archimedes reduced in size. It's got www.j3dservices.com at the top, the phone number at the bottom, 844-J3D-MAKE. But my point is this, for maybe $9 or $10 in filament, I'm able to come up with something that might have a little bit of interest. I think this is a really interesting time that, we're all so wacky excited about social media and Facebook and Twitter and Periscope. But I think we forget sometimes that we are a physical race. Human beings are sensory beings. We still learn a lot by putting something in our hand. And especially, I think that's especially true for people who work in the engineering, architecture fields. They like to hold on to something, because this is a teaching process too. This is a learning moment too. I know an engineer who says a prototype is worth 1,000 meetings. So these mediums that are working now are great, but I've put this in the hands of people who are in those fields, and on the one hand, they think it's a little silly. Yeah, come on, it's silly. But while they're talking to you, they're doing this. While they're talking to you, they're doing this. So they're talking. It's got like almost hypnotic, almost addictive quality to it. So we send these out to, we're launching it now for the next month. We will be sending out about 25 of these to manufacturing companies, some architects, some STEM educators, and just to see, you know, with an invitation to learn more about J3D. But the point I wanted to make here is I didn't need a third party. I didn't have to engage a designer from somewhere and pay them, you know, their market rates. Tinkercad is a free program. This is very simple manipulations. I'm very, very confident that if you play around in Tinkercad for a little bit, hello, thank you, Devinder, for saying it's cool. We appreciate that. I'm very confident you could start to do things like this as well. The point is, 3D printing, as we're learning, has an endless number of applications. I mean, you can just use it in so many areas. I'm using it for a low-cost marketing initiative to see if we can use it to generate leads. And just to give you an idea, I'm going to take you off of my stand here, and see, we've printed out a whole bunch. There's 25 of them, all different colors and everything. All those printed on a MakerBot replicator in MakerBot PLA. True orange, true green, translucent purple, and so on. So I just wanted to share that with everyone, that you can get really creative here. If this takes off, maybe I will outsource the printing of them. But so far, when I give these out, it engages the conversation that I would like people to have engaged. Now, you know someone, I guarantee you know someone who is looking to promote their business in other ways. So please share this video with them. Share what we're learning here, and as we learn, we'd like to share it with you. We do ask that you follow us, because every day about this time we do provide more tips. But here's what I would like to remind you of, and I kind of alluded to it just a couple minutes ago. Social media is great. Okay, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, ... We are still a maker race. As I've said in other J3D Daily Digests, we made things for millennia. We made our homes, we made our tools, we made our clothes, we planted our own fields. Go make something today. Maybe it's a favorite meal. I like woodworking. I made my wife some cutting boards for Christmas one year. She loved them. So go get back to your heritage today. Go make something. I think you'll feel pretty good about it. And then share what you've made with everyone else. Share what you made with us. We'd love to know what it is you make. And that is today's Daily Digest. Please check us out on the web, www.j3dservices.com. If you want to talk about how people use 3D printing, or how the 3D printers we provide, as well as other services, can benefit your organization, please reach out to us, and we will talk to you very, very soon. Thank you, and have a great rest of your Tuesday.